everyone, and welcome to NSU TV and Radio presents SheTalks, a show where we have a chat with wonderful women who are very accomplished in their fields. On the occasion of International Women's Day, we have with us our very special guest. She's a faculty at North-South University in the Department of Economics. Please welcome Ms. Parisa Shakur. How are you, Miss?
I'm good. Thank you so much for a very generous but not so deserving introduction.
Miss, I worked really hard on it. I stayed up all night. So yeah, I mean, had to make it perfect. How do you like the Dhaka life, Miss?
Well, I love this city.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot of nostalgia attached to it.
That's right.
So I feel that's the reason why I love it more than sometimes logic, help.
Yeah, yeah.
But despite all the chaos and the traffic and the, discomforts, I mean, it's still the city that I know the best. And
it's still home, right?
It's still
I mean,
home.
that's my opinion as well.
Yes.
That's probably what I would do if I were in your shoes. So, Miss, when it comes to, our topic of this show is women and women empowerment and the issues around it. So do you think Dhaka is a safe city for women?
No, absolutely not. I mean, even from a position of a very privileged person who does not have to face all the difficulties of everyday life that a women have to go through, starting from getting up in the morning to, going out for work or for school in a public transport or through walking, living through the day and then coming back at night, the kind of horrors that the cities of the world, including Dhaka city, entails. I am very much privileged to not go through all that because of, how I have lived my life and how I have the privileges. But I have full understanding, if not complete, but at least near to full understanding of how it's not a safe city at all, and women do not feel, as accepted as they deserve to be on a day-to-day basis.
Definitely, Miss. So, since you are very learned, I actually wanted to know this for a really long time, and I'm humbled to ask you this question, which is, if it were up to you, how would you change the situation? What would you do? One thing in particular that you would do to change the situation for women in Dhaka?
In terms of road safety?
In terms of road safety or workplace safety in general, safety in general.
I'm a big believer of including everyone in the conversation. So I feel there's a lot of gap between what women actually go through as a lived experience and what they understand, even if they don't have a lived experience of, going through that. Even as you and me, even if we are a little more privileged than a lot of women,
definitely,
we still have a good understanding of what women go through.
Are, right.
But the problem is it's not communicated well. So you need to have this same understanding among the other gender as well, which is men, who are equally a part of the society. I truly believe that although they hear a lot of women going through stuff, they read newspapers, they go through, different stories, I don't think they really have an understanding of the fear that we live with.
Yeah.
We are, we're not born with the fear.
Yeah, no,
but we
of course.
grow up with the fear.
We grow up with
even
the
if
fear.
we are privileged.
Yeah,
you're still
definitely.
told, don't go out after this time.
Exactly.
Don't come back after this time. Don't sit like that. Don't wear that.
Yeah.
And why are we said this? Because, we are the victims, but perpetrators are not us.
No.
So, and not all men are perpetrators, but all men just need to understand that this is a fear we live with and we don't deserve it.
Right.
So I feel if there's one thing I would like to do is have open conversations and make it open knowledge, because I really feel a lot of men actually don't know what it's like to live with the fear. When they know, they will come forward like we would come forward for any women. They would come forward as well in every way. So as a brother, as a teacher, as a policymaker, they will come. If they are with us, I feel we all are with the same mindset. So yeah, that's what
I think that's a brilliant idea or like a notion. Because if I were a boy, if I were a man, I think if I knew about the difficulties that I had to face as a woman, it would definitely make me empathize with the woman or with me as a woman much more. And it would make me understand the situation way better as well. So, Miss, since we're revolving around the subject, I'll bring in the very controversial topic. What do you think about equal pay, and why do you think the issue even exists at this time and age?
I think it exists because the books written were written by one gender.
Right.
I don't think God made people unequal. I don't think unequal pays were God sent.
No.
These were all
That
done
doesn't make sense either,
by
right? Yeah.
mostly men. So what happened is there were few men who decided what will be the fate of mankind, not just women, but mankind, like who is better in terms of their skin, their race, and their gender.
Right.
So it has started there, and we still are stuck in that mindset that maybe one gender needs a little less pay than the other. So I feel it's just a mindset.
Yeah.
But these mindsets have been for too long for us to even question it.
Yeah.
The good thing is we have started questioning it, and
Definitely.
it is evolving. Times are getting better.
Yeah.
We are seeing more women in the leadership role, not only as prime ministers, but also at different offices.
Yeah.
And that is a change of culture. That is a change of how people accept or see things. And this is the beginning of the changing of mindset, which I feel will eventually lead to a day that we don't have to talk about equal pay. I mean, it will be a given.
Right. That makes sense, Miss. So since you brought up the Prime Minister, how do you feel? I mean, she's a woman, right? And does that make you feel better that she's a woman? Our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of our country is a woman. Does that make you feel better or more at ease with in your workplace or in your life in general in this country?
So what I will tell you is that there's a difference between women in leadership and women changing the culture of where she works.
Right.
So so a lot of times what happens is that you place people according to quotas, and then once they are in that place, they don't act any different from any other gender. So if that is the case, then it will not be any useful.
Right.
But only if they are being fair, irrespective of their gender, to all genders.
Right.
That is what we need. So we can have feminist men who at positions of authority doing an excellent job, and non-feminist women not doing an excellent job. So for me, I wouldn't judge a leader, in this case that you specifically mentioned, our Prime Minister, by her being a female. I mean, for me, she's a leader of the country.
Right.
And what will make me comfortable is that if the leader is having a mentality of equity, of fairness, not whether she is of a particular gender or not. So, no, not. I mean, I'm not particularly more comfortable at my workplace because my Prime Minister is a female, but I know that she has good ethics, and that is what makes me more comfortable. And as I said, like, not the gender, but the mindset.
Yeah. So, Miss, I mean, since we're talking about this, I think there's a misconception about the whole feminism thing. So first, let me ask you, are you a feminist? Do you consider yourself a feminist?
Oh, very much. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And in that case, what is your idea of the phrase pseudo-feminism?
So I feel there is no need to complicate things. I mean, there are so many ways of encouraging people to take up something that is good for mankind, for all of us. There's no need to discriminate between people who have a particular extra or less idea about feminism and call them like you're pseudo-feminism, you're radical feminism, because there's so many shades of feminism.
Definitely,
I mean, if a person believes in fairness, it makes them a feminist. They don't have to believe in women's rights. They just have to believe in human rights.
In human rights, that's what I feel as well.
They have to believe in having fair life for men and women.
Yeah.
I mean, feminism does not hate men.
It does not hate men.
Does not look at discrimination done for men. So there are a lot of men that are going through discrimination. Feminism is also going for equality for them, fairness for them. So feminism is more about believing in a fair world for everyone. Now, if you block some people saying that, oh, you're just being a pseudo-feminist, I don't think you really understand. What happens is you reduce those number of people who were not claiming to be a feminist, but they would have if you did not corner some saying that they're pseudo-feminism, pseudo-feminist. So I feel we need to be more welcoming and accepting.
What is the best part about being a woman, according to you?
I feel the best part about being a woman is the amount of sensitivity that we are sensitized with that makes us more easily humane
Yeah.
without even reading books.
Right.
So I feel because we were told to be more more considerate, more kind, more
Been
this,
raised
more
in
that.
a certain
I
way,
think
right?
the world needs more sensitivity of
Definitely.
all differences. That
Mm-hmm.
I feel because of how we were raised, which sometimes we feel like, why were we told all these things? It also makes us more humane more easily, more kind more easily,
Yeah.
more understanding more easily.
Yeah.
And you will see examples of this in all kinds of women leadership.
Right.
In every women leadership, you'll see a very different culture. Wherever a woman is leading,
Yeah.
the whole structure, the whole organogram is different.
I think we
People
have-
eat together, they laugh more, they're afraid less. I feel there's so many examples of women leadership being different from male leadership, and women-centric anything being different. And I feel that is because of what we were from a very young age socially conditioned to deal with. I feel that helps us and the world become a bit more kind and peaceful. So I feel that's the biggest power of being a woman, that your disadvantage can be your advantage.
Yeah.
As you grow up, you see it's actually your advantage. So
Yeah. Plus, we get to see more colors, so that's always a plus. Do you think a woman being more outspoken or more bold in a way is going to get her in a certain place in life more than a person who's shy?
I feel being someone who is self-aware will take you more places.
Right.
You more than what you are outside, I feel it's more important to know what you are inside. So if you have better awareness of who you are inside, whether you're a woman or a man or a child or some from the LGBT community, if you're very self-aware of who you are, that will really take you places for longer.
Right.
What you are outside might take you places for a certain period of time, but that's not long term. But to be successful in the true sense, which is being peaceful inside, being happy truly inside, you need to have a very good understanding of who you are and place yourself according to your best suited environment every time. I think that will take you further.
So in a way, that's like accepting yourself for who you are and kind of
first learning and then accepting. Yeah, and then appreciating. So
Right.
Yeah.
But this works in both contexts, I think, for men and women.
Yes, for everyone, everyone.
So I think, Miss, to wrap things up, we should have a question about North-South University. You are a teacher, and you have been a student of, granted, another institution, but you have been a student. So what do you think life is like for women at NSU?
Well, I have a long answer and a short answer, so I will go for a medium answer, which is not too long.
Okay.
So when I started, which is like some 11 years ago, I did not feel it was the best environment for a women, because I started and I was assistant proctor. Then I was the only female proctor,
Right.
And there were so many issues that I was encountering about women, women getting harassed by members of the administration and or faculty. As well as them getting harassed by male students outside NSU and them reporting it through phone or outside their houses. So I wasn't too happy about how a esteemed institution like this and you get admitted here and you still get marginalized as a woman. But things have progressed so much. The proctor's office have been so much more active. They have taken the disciplinary issue to a new extent. And more importantly, and very, very, happily for me, over the years, I have seen girls and women at NSU become so much more confident and, more expressive about their being.
Yeah.
They're not shy of who they are.
Yeah.
They have full understanding of who they are, and they are not shy to express themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't box themselves with a particular understanding of how a woman or a girl at NSU should look like, should feel like, should talk like. I feel they have evolved and to be more accepting of themselves,
Yeah.
more confident as well.
Yeah.
And also the reports that were coming has gone down. And
Yeah.
even as a student affairs director, I saw that women have become much more vocal about their discomforts. So that has reduced the number of discomforts that they go through.
Right.
And I feel that's a huge bonus. So overall, I feel NSU has become a much more respectable and safe and a happy place for women as well.
Thank you, Miss, for being with us, and I'm really honored to have interviewed you. And I mean, I took the liberty of going into your LinkedIn, and I figured out that your objective in life is to inspire people. So best of luck with that. And thank you very much for being with us once again.
Thank you so much, Ishrat, for having me, and all the very best to SheTalks as well. It's been an honor to be a part of this.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you, viewers, for being with us. This was my chat with Parisa Shakur. Next week, or on next episode, we're going to bring in another empowered woman, and we're going to have a chat with her, just like we did today. So stay tuned, guys. Can't wait for our next episode. Thank you.